by Desilu Studios, and Desilu was wholly owned by Lucille Ball.
Okay, so last things first, for those that don't want to stick around for the whole thing, Amerishima 2012, I'm sure plenty of others will start looking into this. The cover of The Economist. Pause it and enjoy, otherwise listen and then go and look for this later.
Basically what I'm saying here is that religions are all part of the same system. They're all enslaved, mind-enslaved systems. The globe is the matrix. And this worldview balloon-based space tourism won't happen. And if it does, you have to have $250,000 for a ticket. Which means
Right, so despite his name, Infinite Plane Society, I've watched a couple of this guy's videos and I do enjoy it. This one is fresh out today. Feel free to go and check these 3 subjects out before you listen to any more last week's ramblings. I really don't mind you. Alright, go and check this stuff out. But to everyone else who sticks around, thanks very much. Peace and luck. There's a nice little one to add in there. Damninteresting.com. Alan Bellows, Tesla's Tower of Power. Go and have a quick look at that. And 12 disciples of science. Ready? Chemistry, physics, earth science, ecology, oceanography, geology, meteorology, astronomy, life science, biology, zoology, botany. Yeah, well, just 12. Right, good morning everybody, hope you're all well. I have to keep my eyes on where I'm going. I won't keep it too long. And I will try hard not to keep saying As much as I enjoy doing these little walkie-talkies, I really do actually like walking and talking, even though I get some odd looks. I just ain't got time at the moment, especially, to do it every day. I was playing around with those films last week. I'm still playing around with my little movie, considering whether to release it in 3 15-minute parts or one 45-minute film. Any advice down below, what you'd all prefer. What follows is last week and the Friday before, sort of condensed into 1.5 hour. I didn't say anything else, there's nothing else hidden. It is very disjointed in some ways, but I hope you guys can follow, yeah? I'll add one short clip in here with a visual, and then yeah, there's a squirrel and some ducks I'm talking to, and when I walk in the gauntlet, or maybe I'll stick that bit in. There's yeah, walking through the bridge with the seagulls on it. And apparently we shouldn't call them seagulls. Anyway, yeah, that's all I've got to say today. Much love to you all. Peace and luck, and I thank you for watching my films, for subscribing, for everything. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you. Alright, peace and luck. Right, so good morning to you all. I hope you're all well. Let's call this an exercise in thinking. So that's what I was doing, just thinking. Okay. Just need to add, when I was at school, I took double science, and so for me science was always wrapped up into one big bubble. And yet I know that at other schools of my children, they do individual science where it's broken into biology and chemistry and physics, yes? But this is what makes it difficult for people then to communicate, or to even draw connections between them, yeah? And when people just focus on one standard. And I've got a quick thing, just the 12 disciples of science. Oh, sorry, the 12 disciplines of science. I'll just add that on here. Much love. See you all tomorrow. First of all, what would have happened if England had never shared the technology of the looms? If they'd never shared the information about factories, cars, aeroplanes? What if China had never shared the information about, the fireworks? What if they had advanced and never shared to the rest of the world in mud huts? Wouldn't they look like gods? So some people think that magic and magic spells don't exist. Well, just watch this clip.
Of course, where this all comes into play most of all is when you've got something really important to do. It might be standing on a stage like this and giving a talk to people. It might be proposing marriage, asking for a raise, a wedding speech, whatever it is. If it's really important, you owe it to yourself to look at this toolbox and the engine that it's going to work on. And no engine works well without being warmed up. Warm up your voice. Actually, let me show you how to do that. Would you all like to stand up for a moment? I'm going to show you the 6 vocal warm-up exercises that I do before every talk I ever do.
With just a few magic words, they all stand up.
Deep breath in.
With a few magic words, they all do as they're fucking told.
Very good. Now we're going to warm up our lips, and we're going to go bop, 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 bop.
No magic spells going on there?
Just like when you were a kid. Now your lips should be coming alive. We're going to do the tongue next with exaggerated la, 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 la. Beautiful.
I am only speaking half in jest, okay? But words can make people do things. And see the magician with a few magic words make people stand up, sit down, or wave their hands, all with just a few magic spells. Better think again. Something's been telling me not to do this week. I was just about to start filming. I had to delete a couple of videos. And look what's here. Leaf blower, man. And my battery's dying. So before it does die, I wish you all well. A good morning to you all, or whatever time of the day it is where you are when you watch this. I hope you've enjoyed my recent little Rich films. I hope you enjoyed a slightly longer one that'll be coming out over the weekend. It's nice to see Eon back with a video. I haven't watched it yet as I make this, but it is nice to see him back. Hello, friend. Yeah. Strange old week. It's been up and down for me. It's been reasonably quiet on the tube. And I've been very busy. There's never enough time in the day. Maybe I'll make too many promises to myself about doing things. There's so much I want to do. Oh, look, we're going to walk the gauntlet. Ready? Hello, seagulls. We'll see how many views this walkie-talkie gets, and I think I proved my point about the snazzy videos that people prefer. But I really would still like to encourage people to not worry if you can't do it. Okay? Don't worry even if you don't want to put your face up, just put your iPod face down on the table. Yeah? Just start an account and leave some comments. Start an account and just start watching. You don't even have to start an account, just watch and listen. You understand? Really can't stop. Much love to you all. Much peace and luck. And we'll all speak soon. We must remember to question ourselves about all things. So my mum asked me about, she informed me that there's an idea going around that The Simpsons predicts the future. Now, should I have told her that this is the nonsense path and that she should be looking into flat earth? Should have I smiled and agreed and said, yeah, and go and have a look, mum, and sent her on the journey to start this? I'll do what I did say and say, there's 5,000 episodes over 25, almost 30 years. And from those 5,000 episodes, wherever many years, you can plug out all sorts of stuff to make it fit your agenda. If I made 5,000 predictions today, a couple of them would come true, wouldn't they? The Admiral Byrd interview, we have to be careful with this. We need to look into whether there were more takes or whether that was just done in one go. There are a couple of mistakes made. One of the interviewers says that 60 years ago, well, 60 years, and then he quickly changes it to 35. Perhaps Admiral Byrd just made a slip of the tongue. Alright, let's be careful we're not being led down a garden path. Do you know, I think that people have been and are being, perhaps us flat earthers are just the ones that worked it out first. We're just ahead of the game. And we need to tell everyone there's a cliff ahead. Do you understand? Whoa, cowboys. Take your head out of your fucking iPhones and look, man, there's a cliff coming in. Chill out. Well, I'm in a little bit of a rush though. I have to try and get this out quick. Any mistakes I make are my own, and I will of course correct them when I realise it myself. It's about reflected light. Now, this is for me part of what we're all questioning right now, and it's good that we're questioning. But we can't argue something if you don't understand it. Now, you cannot physically see the moon the 250,000 miles away that it supposedly is. By the standard science model, the moon is not emitting light itself. Okay? So by the standard scientific model, the light from the sun is hitting the moon, bouncing off and down and reflecting into your eyes. Yes? So when you point your telescope, your camera, at the moon, by the standard science model, you're not seeing that object itself, but the light that bounced off it and is now reaching into your eyes, into your camera, your telescope. Now, I've asked myself this and pondered this many times, this question. How is the moon not just a big white blob then? How is there such definition? The distances involved with the atmospheric distortion they always speak of, which makes the stars wibble. It's something I've always questioned, never had a satisfactory answer to. I don't think there's a lot of scientists, physicists who are satisfied with the answer. But just everybody at the moment, especially on YouTube, everyone's just discussing the mainstream scientists, and I understand why, but you cannot argue science that is being portrayed badly, okay? And you cannot argue science that you do not understand. And maybe you should look into it. It's not a difficult subject. It's been made out to be so. Well, I ain't no fucking genius, alright? No, I won't claim to understand all of it. I understand enough to know that I'm not, by their model, seeing the moon, but the reflected sunlight. Okay? And that is something we must question. Alright? We must. I'll go deeper at some other point into what I actually think the moon is, how it's there, what it's doing, blah blah blah. But for now, look, I'm not. I don't know how else to put it. People keep saying, "How can I see the moon?" You're not, right? And if you try and take it to a scientist, they will tell you you are not seeing the moon, but the reflected light. The sun is shining upon the moon. The light that hits the moon is bouncing off and striking you in the eyes. Okay? There is no beam of light coming out of your eye, hitting the moon and coming back. Do you understand? Martin says it and then he argues against himself. It's all happening inside your head. Well, that's why you can't see the moon. You're seeing the light. You are perceiving the light. You understand? I think in some ways this is part of the... I hate to call it a trick, because in some ways I really do honestly think a lot of this is genuine arrogance got away with itself. But don't get me wrong, I do think there is a large part of deception here, a continued deception. But a lot of it is just people thinking they know best when they don't. Right. And I don't know. You shouldn't be posing questions if you can go and find the answers yourself. You shouldn't be expecting me to answer this for you when the answers are out there. There are plenty of videos about this topic, plenty of books, scientists and physicists talking about it. I'm not the one to come looking to for answers on this subject in many ways. I'm just giving out my ideas and theories on why I think it's not only wrong, but why I think it's a dead end, this particular route down science, why I think it's a deliberate dead end. And why I think a lot of people are arguing and talking about just the wrong stuff. There's so much more to be discussed at the minute, and people still want to talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson. I reckon we've called him out, and we continue to call him out, but he doesn't have to stay in our focus, you understand? He's small fry, man. Yeah, he's small fry. He's like one of those useful idiots. But a useful idiot, in my eyes, that's saw the con and gone, yeah, I'll have some of that. Now, there's something we've got to ask ourselves here, right? Now, either there's horrible people everywhere, or there's a few horrible people threatening a lot of people. For myself, I can't believe that the world's just conquered and filled with horrible people. I don't see that in my everyday life. So I know what people say about people hiding intentions. Yes, you know, working in the pubs and things like that, you get to know people pretty well, especially when they've had a few beers. I've got to go. So a quick morning thought. I can't quite make the connection of where and why I've been thinking about this recently, but I'm sure you'll understand why. And it's about one of the Star Trek Next Generation movies, where Data supposedly goes rogue, trying to save a civilization being kept in a simulated reality, and so that rich people can get hold of the land. These people are being systematically hypnotized and drugged and transported from their actual world into like a great big fucking spaceship where they're all being put in a holographic room. Yeah, and again, I can't remember where it was. Something made me think of this, and I've said before. Look, there's a lot of things in Star Trek, a lot of things. There's a chap, I'll have to check him out. I think his name's Carl something, and he does a really good talk on Star Trek and Number 9 and all sorts of weird connections and secrets. Very cool. I'll try and find that. But yeah, simulated reality in one of the Star Trek films. And the people being unaware of it. Absolutely and completely unaware of it. Until, of course, it all goes tits up. Hello, little man. Little lady. Okay. Can't stop today. See you, squirrels. You want to come to work with me, dear? We'll bring you some nuts next time, fella. Alright, so good morning, everybody. This is a real struggle today. I am not used to sharing my thoughts and feelings with anyone. One small thing is people's worldviews. This is how I know we are all wrong, because none of us have worldviews. Everybody has a personal world views. Little Bird's little story about the native coming over to the Western world. There was a documentary about a family doing the same thing. If I can find a clip, I'll add it. But the same, it works both ways. We don't consider them in the same way they don't consider us. We don't consider their ideas of what the world is, as they don't consider ours. Perhaps like that poor chap that died, that was what will happen to us if we find out the truth of what's actually out there. And I must touch further upon something Jazz says about comments. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm not reaching out to anyone. No. How in the first place did I gain subs? How did I reach out to new people? I didn't do anything different than I'm doing now, and yet now I'm not reaching anybody new at all. Flat Earth female who was on the potato show, hot potato show. Well, I really like her. I subscribed to her on her first video. She now has 4. And yet her first video's got over 1,000 views and she has 150 subs. No offence to you, Flat Earth female, I think you're brilliant. I've got like a couple hundred videos now, and I can't pull in 100 views. I'm struggling to pull in 30 views on any one video. No, I don't really like that arrogant thought of it's because I'm doing something right, and I don't like that paranoid thought of someone is blocking me. Well, I know I'm not reaching anyone. I don't mean that to my regular viewers, and I thank you very much, and I thank you for the support I will no doubt get from this. But sometimes to voice an opinion, a fear, a doubt, helps alleviate it a bit. I've already voiced this one, and nothing, if anything, it got worse. I get even fewer viewers. And yeah, maybe I put out a lot of content, but not one video picks up loads. It's like my videos are not being allowed to float around the tube. Sometimes when I go back to visit my videos for answering other comments, I find comments I never knew were there. In my little message box, I get all these no reply things. I don't know what they mean. I don't know if people are sending me messages. Sometimes there's 3 messages and then I can only see 2. I don't know what they mean. Maybe I'm pushing a button I shouldn't be. Is it just because I'm not on Facebook or something, not on Twitter? Over my couple of hundred videos, I do have like 7,000 views, but 6,000 of them are the regular 11. Yeah. There's something wrong with all of our thinking, in that we're not encompassing enough and not. God, again, it's not you guys. But like that cheeky chap I spoke to, he knew so much, and yet he does nothing about it. I tell my lady loads, I love you, lady. But she doesn't have the time to do anything about it. People know about that stuff, and yet no one seems either willing or able to do anything. I have an idea of how to reach out to many people, but as I admitted to Jazz, this is all very new to me. I cannot tell you how new this is to me. voicing doubts and fears in it, and I'm not used to it. Don't like it. Much love, peace and love. Good morning, everybody. Once again, I'll wish you all well. That's a part of the original decor. It's just buried around there. Yeah, I imagine once upon a time that looked rather pretty. If you look closely, a pipe there. Bad leg fella. This one's got a tag on his leg. And this poor one has got a little wonky leg. Can't lift out his pit with kids. No one's hurt too badly, I imagine now, though. I wish them well. Alright, much love. We'll have some more thinking time tomorrow.